hard.
So what is where
on both heatsinks, so on top of the GPU CPU massive rectangle, that's actually also all the 64 gigs of RAM below it, so we're also going to put on those ones the thermal pads.
okay, cool.
And maybe on the NAND.
Two examples of purchases at great prices were, for example, mine maxed out 64 gig RAM for 1500 it was, 1 tera. Thank you, Creative Electron, for your X-ray overview of the M1 Max. 32 gig RAM, double the storage 2 tera for 1100, actually, incredible deal as well. Certainly in Japan, he bought that one. Thank you.
Here you see that it's a 1 terabyte, that's gonna be like 250 gig, 250 gig, 250 gig, 250, that's 1 terabyte.
From 4 tera, they certainly start occupying all 8 NAND slots.
The hobbits to Isengard! They're taking the hobbits to Isengard! God!
What fight.
Feel free to like and subscribe, as per like actually I get on average 20 extra views. Thank you. Thus, as we see on the GPU end, which is considered one of the most important parameters, it manages to keep up well in target of one of the best options within the Mac lineup. From a CPU end, it does indeed get only outperformed significantly by the M4 Pro. As well as always, it is way more beneficial to buy a second-hand Mac for the ability to gain vast discounts on all the add-ons. The add-ons are then around 35% of the initial price, thus causing the ability to snatch up the 16-inch screen and maxed out RAM of 64 gigs and plenty more terabytes, causing the Mac actually to be significantly more resourceful than the base specs. I'm certainly also happy with the performance gain, 8% on the low power spec. I also really prefer actually this power spec because it actually increases the battery time with between 1 hour 15 and 2 hours. Even when you're at home working, that's a really nice gain on the battery life. I enjoy it way more than being stuck to the charger. I would assume the max performance gain would be between 3 and 8%. The issue is Geekbench, since the M1 Max is such a high performance, it needs actually to have the CPU and GPU at the same time full throttle in order to even kick on the fans, and only the max performance can be tested when the fans get kicked up, therefore only then knowing what the effect of the thermal pads are on the max performance element. On the Mac 64GB RAM M1 Max, which I have around a month, I managed to install DeepSeek 70 billion parameter model via Olama. I then managed to run it via Olama, and it's doing perfectly fine running the 70 billion parameter model, which comes at around 42 gigabytes, but you always have to also keep in account that you need 8 gigabytes for like the CPU and the operating system. I saw quite an interesting bit on Roger Ver, which is considered the Bitcoin Jesus. It's not the name that I gave him, but it is. And I asked DeepSeek if he could summarize in 10 pages his book on Bitcoin being hacked as a peer-to-peer payment system. He did give pretty good answer, though not the full 10-page essay which was requested. Let's ask that again to DeepSeek. And DeepSeek 70 billion parameter model managed to well perform on a 64GB RAM M1 Max. Feel free to subscribe for future upgrades and electronic IT vids. This part of the vid is not sped up,